Let me tell you a story of the worst dating experience I ever had. If you think clowns or the Tinder Twiddler are horrific, this one was almost as bad. If you like stories like these, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll get right into it. I was 19 years old, a sophomore in college, coming off of a tough breakup, and I was looking to get back into the swing of things. During this time, my friend Crystal wanted to play matchmaker. I explained to her what I was looking for in a girl, and she was working on finding me the perfect match. She tells me she has a coworker that checks off most of the boxes that I'm looking for. The only thing I cared about was how attractive was she, and the rest of the boxes we could check off later. Typical. Crystal provides me her coworker's cell phone number, and we begin texting. For the life of me, I can't remember her name, so for this story's purpose, let's just call her Sharon. Sharon and I exchanged messages for about a week or so before I asked her out. Realistically, it probably took me that long just because I couldn't figure out what to do, where to go, and what type of date I wanted to take her on. Here was the plan. I planned to pick her up Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on a warm fall night. I planned to take her to the batting cages and then grab a bite to eat. I figured a little activity would allow us to break the ice and to work up an appetite. Now, I didn't mention to her what we were gonna do, but I did let her know that we were gonna do some type of activity. And so, honestly, I'm thinking about her for a few days up until the date. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I really wanna meet her. Mind you, I don't know what she looks like. All I know is that my friend Crystal told me she's really pretty. You'll love her. She's fabulous. But I figured Crystal and I were good friends, so she gotta be telling the truth, right? The evening of our date rolls around and she lives about 10 minutes away from me, which was pretty convenient. I'm on my way to pick her up and it starts to drizzle a little bit. No big deal. We're gonna be inside anyways. It's now 6:55 p.m. I'm a few minutes early. I called her. No response. I figured she was still getting ready, so she must not have been by her phone. No big deal. 7 p.m. rolls around. I'm waiting for 5 minutes and I'm patiently waiting still. Just twiddling my thumbs. Waiting. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Now for context, this was probably 12 years ago. I probably was either wearing a polo, some form of track jacket, maybe ripped jeans, who knows. The clock continues to tick. It's now 7:05. I've been waiting for about 10 minutes or so, give or take. And so I sent her a follow-up text message just to see if she's almost ready. No response. It's now 7:15. So I've been waiting for 20 minutes without a response. And by this point, I'm thinking, it. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. Guess what? 2, maybe 3 minutes after I leave, I get a phone call. She says that she's ready, she's outside, but she doesn't see me. Do I go back or do I continue my way back home? Listen, I must have thought that she was the prettiest girl in the world, or I was just flat out dumb because I turned around and I told her that I'd be on my way to pick her up again. And so I drive back, I call her, I let her know that I'm outside, and then I finally meet her. Here we go. She sees me, she gets in the car, and the first thing she says,
"Why didn't you open up the door for me?"
And all I'm thinking is,
"Bro, I waited 20 minutes for you, no text, no call. Are you seriously asking me that?"
But of course, trying to be a good guy, I just laughed it off. Remember how I told you guys that I told her we would be doing an activity together? Well, she came dressed business casual with, I kid you not, 3-inch heels on. Her face caked on with makeup and looking like she was about to go to a nightclub. Man, as I'm talking about this, I cringed just a little bit more. Now granted, yeah, she was pretty, but had a lot of baggage. Back to the story. We talked about typical first date things, school, work, family related things, and then I asked her, what do you like to do on the weekends? What do you like to do for fun? Now at this time, I don't think I was ready for her response. We talked about going out and partying. That's what she said she liked to do. She goes on to say,
"I like to go out on the weekends, but I don't like to drink alcohol or beer unless it's champagne or the song by LMFAO, Shots."
All I'm thinking is, did you really just say that? I literally became this meme before this meme became the meme. We were probably 5 minutes away from the batting cages where I planned to take her. I'm over here losing count on the number of red flags. Why did I pick her up? Did she really just say that? Did she really just say that again? I figured I must be in purgatory. What did I do to deserve this? Why did I pick her up? Why she's Back to the story. I see the parking lot to our final destination. It's on the right-hand side, and I can't do it. I can't. Abort. I make a U-turn and start driving back home. Throughout the next 20-minute car ride, I don't know what to say. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, she likely made up 90% of the conversation, so I was probably just listening. Hence, I can't remember getting in more than a few words. Was exhausting. I sent a few text messages during the ride home and had somebody call me explaining that there was an emergency that came up. In other words, girl, you are draining my soul's energy and I gotta go. I finally got to her house where I dropped her off and excused myself. Catastrophe averted. After I drop her off, I called my friend Crystal and explained what happened. She's in disbelief. She just starts laughing. And all I'm thinking is, bro, thanks a lot for setting me up on this blind date. Now, as you can imagine, after this date, I delete this girl's phone number and no longer have any communication with her. It simply served as a life lesson for me. It taught me a lot about myself and was the first example as to why beauty shouldn't be the most important thing in a love interest. It also helped me understand what it was I was looking for in a girlfriend, what qualities I wanted from her. Also, what qualities that I didn't want in a girl. Life is a journey and full of experiences. This was one for me. How about you? Have you ever had a dating experience that taught you something? How would you have reacted if a girl or a guy showed these red flags on a first date? Would you have ended the date? I'd like to hear your thoughts below. Now guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and listening to this story. I really hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care.